ya wada wie na nsɛm a bɛtie no so Kasee bi ɛne sɛ kɔmfa no kya ban ya asabea no wɔn mo a wɔkidney yade na obeda dialysis so na sese oba dodo no ano wɔn kwa nkrankrɔ yɛ resabea ɛsan sɛ mfidie no nipa no yɛ adoso abro wɔn mo a mfidie dodo yɛ ɛwɔ hɔ no mo sanso ɛna okɔ ɛyɛ asante mantam mu adwuma kwa yɛ passport nsuasuwa Honsam so Ghana Water Company Limited wɔn kyerɛ mu asese ahoɔdendeɛ no wɔn nsa ka bi ntinsuo no wɔn gye mu ma ɔmanfo dodo no anya bi a wɔde di wɔn dwuma mu asante mantam mu na ɔpanyini yɛ ana wɔyɛ Adom Kasee ba no dani wɔ mmarahyɛ bedwafie wɔsɛ kyɛ mensa bonsu wɔde krata akɔ ya wɔkyerɛ sɛ sɛ adwumadie no wɔyɛ sɛ Adom Kasee ba no dani wɔnyɛ biem na mmom no nhyiamudeɛ soronko akɔsɔ de nyina mu nhyiamu no yɛde ɛbɛsom wei ne nsɛm ahodoɔ bi nam de somo sɛ Premtobre Kasee kae sɛ brepɛ no Premtobre Kasee beba obi man so nsɛm ka ho ɛne gidie mu nsɛm so ɛka ho ɛyɛ DSTV channel 280 Go TV channel 119 Facebook no ɛyɛ Adom TV Extra YouTube ɛyɛ Adom TV uhyia me a ɛyɛ afrɛ me anɔkye waba ajewasewa yabasisia samne nchemo no mede to so amawo akyerɛkyerɛfo a wɔkyerɛ Ghana kasa ahodoɔ wɔ ha no mo nka bomuko Metro Association of Teachers of Ghanaian Languages wo mo de adehwɛde yɛ mo de ɛto aso yɛ hwɛ ngumasua ho nsɛm so anim sɛ wɔstrada ɛbɛyɛ a enka Ghana ha yɛ kasa no yɛ yɛsua no schools ahodoɔ mu no ɔma no nyɛ core subject na sɛ wonya wura school de mu nko ade a wopɔ ɛwɔ so osua Ghana kasa sɛ bɛyɛ nkɔda no bɛnyini no na wɔte wɔ mo ankasa krobo kasa yɛ wonchi enyira.
Professor Charles Owuewi ewa College of Languages Education Adwumako campus na wɔkyerɛ sɛ odi ya wɔ ne mu pa sɛ Ghana fo a yɛtete wɔ mo Ghana ha enka wɔ mo ankasa krom kasa ɛwɔ schools ahodoɔ mu wɔkyerɛ sɛ bra wɔkɔyɛ ne PhD ɛwɔ US abrochima mu no na wɔyɛ obi akete sɛ wɔn mu efra mo no ne ɛbɔ man Ghana yi mu no wɔmesua Ghana kasa baako enti ase yɛ nhwehwɛmu wɔ mu ansa na wɔafiri ha de senti aso yɛ hwɛ man ngumasua so Ghana Education Service enhwɛ sɛ Ghana languages awodoɔ no obema na yɛ adesua de kɛseɛ ɛwɔ basic schools mu
na mokware Ghana maframa wa ko school wɔ Ghana ampo afia hɔ no wo bosua infante ibn hadin to send the school na wɔkɔr no wɔ han wonsua abanda ma abrɔfo na yɛ hwanwanwa ya ko school wɔ Ghana no walu krom kasa ana ko school Africa no walu krom kasa enyinka ebisi wɔ ha yɛ so na media and communication one front page was beyond translating from Kasee Ghana for one to match one company the watcher we are academic not tell them me send thrown in half of it so have a school Ghana or Ghana for more until a year again was Kasee there one Kasa a book school wa Ghana nenu krom kasa
enwachi treasurer of the Association of Teachers of Ghanaian Languages ano Cecilia Tomichi enso editor awofo anim sɛ wɔn hyɛ wɔn mofra ne nkran sɛbɛyɛ Ghana kasa obi apɛsɛ osua no obesua no ahunu ne yie
mama pada me dit gwanye de mama duru to gwanye de e besra for the one hyɛ wɔn man nkran ma onsua kasa so obi ne ba wɔpɛ de opɛ de osua kasa na ombuan no monhia kasa no in the professor Jokum yet nidina na ye nyina ye nwaje in the yoboni na ye peje ye mudo ejina ye tuchama osande wa be ye ni patiti du wo man ye
yankwa asante mantem no emu konfonoche aban ya resabia na rehoso mefiri ho ba ene se afidie ya wo mo anya kidni ho hawo ya no koda so dialysis no machine no ese kamia se ba ko pe na ye adwuma yie pa ofofre ka ho na nhyeda nya adwuma papa ne senti mpanifo ho no de atudwa kire se ba ko na ye adwuma no se so mo hwe na wo mo ya de ne bia wagye wato ya resabia ho no no wo mo na beda afidie no se ofri abonte na abade a na o ma kire okwan se kopa ya resabia foforo na sa ya rehwe ne kone kwaje kwantrefo panyi e ma konfo no kire resabia ne Professor Dr. Adom Mensa wodi nsɛm yi nyina atudwa wabra mpanimfo ya wo mo hwe sika sɛm nsɛm so no ɛbɔ ana kopie mu hɔ no ma no wɔkɔhwɛ mother and baby unit ya ɛkɔso wayare sabia
dialysis ayarehwa yɛ de mo obi ya ɔwɔ sabomu yade ne senti sɛ obi wɔ sabomu yade na sɛ yamfa na nto saa aduro yi so a na sa yaresa yi so a etimi ma ne hwere ne nkwa konfa no kye abaya resabia referral hospital a ɔman mantem dun sie mu no wɔn mutimi gye nipa dum yenu efiri mu na sesei nephrology unit ɛwɔ hɔ nom no akade yɛbɛboa wɔn amu atimi ayɛ adwuma no ebi ni hɔ professor wɔkyerɛ Adom mensa ekyire mu a yei ama asɔyɛ na sigyina ya wodoɔ bi a osu sɛ ɛde wɔ hawo ɛbɛbrɛ ɔmanfoɔ.
The truth is that we at Confanochi presently have, I usually say 1.5 dialysis machines, and it's because one is working at full capacity, the other is working at fault. And so what it means is that we are no longer able to receive patients from outside for dialysis. So the dialysis in this hospital is restricted to patients who are within the hospital. One of the most difficult calls I have had to make as a chief executive was when I was approached by my medical director and who posed a question as to whether or not he was okay to send patients who needed dialysis to private facilities for dialysis. As difficult as our call was, it had to be made because we do not have sufficient dialysis machines. And Mr. Minister, the truth is that for each dialysis session, it takes 4 hours. And so what it means is that if you have 2 dialysis machines in-house and you have, say, 5 patients who need dialysis, what it means is that if God does not intervene, then by the time he gets to the turn of the 5th person, he probably would have popped off.
So when you know, baby, I would do a man for better cry. Akoye nsempi Professor Dr. Adom mensa echemu a sese amowo hunu de wonya omanfo aba peso ewo ho.
As we speak, the place is meant, orange ward is meant for 12. We presently have about 42 patients. Yellow is meant for 18. We have about 27 patients. Red is meant for 7. We have about 10 patients there as we speak now. And so if we decided that we're no longer receiving emergencies, obviously because this is full, what it means is that we are practically asking patients who come in who are turned away to go and die.
Asoye show me isi kasam so kyerɛ sɛ oje isi kemo mo asese wodi wie madam baby unit a ɛbɛbɔ manfo pi ɛwɔ Asante Mantamu ensɛm a Dr. Mohammed Amin Adams editu dwa enie.
For us to find money and address these outstanding infrastructure issues. You have seen us moving very quickly, and this visit by me demonstrates that commitment to addressing these challenges so we can bring relief to the people of Kasee, Ashanti region. And I know that a lot of cases are referred to Confanochi from other regions of the country.
Na yegusua ejina ye Confanochi aban ayaresabia no mu honomo na opanyini ye wo honomo na wode ensem atodwa no chese be ya afintemu nie no adwumayefo be ya henu ya dodo no aye nursefo wo munyina afiri adwuma ni muko na ama adwuma na bobo wo so pa nti obesra so ye ya ehwe ya pomode ho nsem so sa de bia no cybrede wo mu hia so de sankrofo ni bi ba be sha na mu no aboa ma adwuma na wo ye no akowa no wa no.
Chief Executive Officer Professor Dr. Adom mensa echemu asese nursefo be se ahanu na afri ayaresabia honum efri afrase eba na da bia wan sign krata akora no otibima edipa miensa de ko enum liver bikra ede wadwuma eto esenti osrese anka aban no ema no kwan sebe ya obetimi age apomdi adwuma yefo bebre egu Confanochi aban resabia na adwuma wo ye no etimi akontem odi sanse mu etudwo wabra oswafo wo show me sikasem so from Mohammed Amin Adams ekwaso ye ho.
Not employment of new staff, but the replacement. In the past year, we have had over 200 nurses leave Confanochi. Every day, I have had to approve about 3 to 5 applications for either leave of absence or resignations. And mostly nurses, sometimes radiographers, sometimes medical laboratory scientists. We are praying that we get given the opportunity to replace these people who are living so that we can continue with the care that we are supposed to be giving to our patients. I have some of the most very dedicated cadre workers in the country, the nurses, the doctors, the laboratory scientists, and every one of them. It is however true that at one point you may have one person who may do something that may not be right. But the truth is that if you want to do a proper assessment of my nurses, my doctors, my staff generally, I think that they are doing very well, especially given the circumstances under which they are working. These are the things we would want you, Honorable Minister, to pay heed to and help us solve.
Yanko marche bedwafie na Adom kuma ye wo hodomo no wo mugusua ye a wode eja egu Adom Kasee ni chewu se wasrada asoye no a wo mo hwa pomde hu nsam so no COVID-19 brem ama hodo my Ghana wiase nyina esika krabia batan World Bank ene ama hodo mo ya wode breye sika fam enuro fam ni akade fam no ebe ya nka asoye ne hwe no nyi mpanimfo mra marche bedwam na wo mechirechire mu niam a wo mo gye ekwan afo aso di sika no ebo bra na se mrahye bedwa mu kro ma hye senka committee ni nhwem ne nso ma twen ya committee na adwuma no ya twentwen so na dom kuma na kire se kia ne ke obeye amasa nhwehwemu no akoso
Adom kuma won mrahye bedwa fie ekire mu a committee a wote yese won hye covid-19 sikasem mu no wonfa ho akontabo emra matudwa sentia wode sansem yi eba ye eyese watwen ya senka committee no ede won krata ba beto mrahye bedwafo anim ya emaye okire se afrase na Adom kuma no ede tudwa se ebeyi anka America dollar opepedunkunu ekiripo no mu a eye covid-19 sika no mrahye bedwafo ntia bedwako bi na wo mo enhyehyem nenso emedru wanim ranking member ya woda health committee ano kwamna menta kando ne nsem twefo twetwe nkoma ode sansem etudwa.
Ladies and gentlemen, 8 to 9 months down the lane, the chairman of the committee has deliberately refused to call for a meeting for the committee to execute its mandate. Upon consistent and several reminders, it has fallen on deaf ears. Today, I have the privilege to raise this issue on the floor of the House. Unfortunately, the Speaker directed that there are no clear provisions in our standing orders for him to crack the whip. But I believe that as members of Parliament, we should even not wait till somebody cracks whip on us before we perform our responsibilities as members of Parliament. If indeed they are interested in doing their work as members of Parliament, I think that it's about time that the majority, especially the chairman of the committee, constitute calls for a meeting for us to start working.
Okade to aso say enianimu yi ano health committee chairman Dr. Nana Ayime Friye enye di hia.
Today again has indicated that the matter is still before the committee and the chairman should call for a meeting so that we start our work to execute the mandate of the committee. So, I mean, why should, as a member of Parliament, why should you be even prevailed upon to do the needful? You must do the needful. That is why you are voted for. That is why you are in the House as a member of Parliament.
Yankwa asante mantem no emu adwumako ya pass won hwe nsuo ho nsam so Ghana Water Company Limited wo mu chemu a be na woche mienu ntemu ne na nyina mahoden no wo mu hyeda enya ahoden de sa ntibia ya na wo mu ede wo water treatment plant no ewa na wo de so ne nsuo so yi mu fi nyina ma nsuo de yakroje obetumi de ama Ghana fo no mo no na wo mu nya ahoden ya wo de be ya sa adwuma so sesei no empanifo ayo mo homoden ya wa mo ahoden de ya emu oden pa ne sentie mfidie ne nyina frase ya eye adwuma manfo bia wasante mantem mu na wotwe mienu ntem ni na wonya nsuo ne sese de nsuo eba ebeneza padi na eyo panyino ne manfo etwetwe nkwa ma Ghana Water Company Limited ne fa ya wasante mantem mu ne amane bofo di nkomose.
The challenge we have was power, and once our pumps are unable to have adequate power supply, it becomes very impossible or ineffective for our pumps to also work very well, not to give so much damage or to destroy our system. We also have to put in preventive measures, and this means we have to go off to look at the severity of the situation. However, like I mentioned, ECG has restored power to all treatment centers. So should we continue to have a constant supply, we would also do our part, except where we have to do any maintenance, and as we always do.
Yanko from Mantem no emo ye ko ho central na ko hodoma akuafo kro ba ko hye ho ye fraud mo hojo ayibo boy na omanfo bi ye wo hodoma no wo mani age pa sanso panyina wono no wayi no se MPP amanyoko no wonyina wo mo anem no mprema hye bedwa di bre e wo ye ho central hodoma opanyi divine RK Bosson opanyi abode homoden pa ya wakotu boho ama wo mo asese wanya nsu papa ya wo bendo mo ne senti wo de na ase ni kabia ama opanyi.
already divine boss man ni Adom Kasee ama ne boni odishebo wusu job twetwe nkomo no wokyera sa eburo ya wetu amanfo yi ebeboa paisan se otese ne manfo ebre ewonsuo ho esenti no otu anamon yi emprempren die wakwa akopre emrahye dibre ya wonukro ya ye mansiri krache ewo ho central ochemu setirimopo etechire ene se omanfo ehawo ho nsuo ho ene nsuo abrebi e kwa atwe no eto ebetwa
assembly be policy be a friend whole water system and we know government no so say aban aye policy everything ye localizes our policy no aban policy no say water for all projects no say obia Ghana ni bia e wo be bia no omunya good water na munu so say na me localize this national policy to fit into whole municipal assembly policy and me so me friend aban water for all project me manudi say whole as municipal water system. So this system aban is support here every common finance administration they plead here now omuma whole yenya be 17 no ebi na ye start you
enwachi kromafo bi ene Adom Kasee etwetwe enkomo a oda already divine RK bossman ase sebra wode won ha obetu dwa no wati na sopema watu ho anamo ama wo mu
ena yenom dire fe no we damase se ICU ena be ma nsuo nti oye ma sa e betu na ba ena obeye we no MP ti damase na mi shiramo bi ankosu ye mi da kwana nbe eta mi de na kudiri me ko chinyabo bravo so mi na koko akabi mi da kwana mi bere mi ba na chimi yaga mi su jajenyenye nya o jajenyenye da akwana mi o yira mi lo o document bene ma gboro tole mi ayibo be juko papaji a enyenye evito juto le ayibo boy ni da pe peso sube mama fi atem da baba don kumi ayibo be juko cheji ayo ko ti benami o mo ti nami e ti dole gbe ni po ni la pe da manyare gboro.
Everyone yenko kwa adwuma mu nsemu ne ekogyan wapoye mantem wakuafo bi a wonom ewo atadeka ya kwasi gafa edukojo atama ekura ene enkura yetisa no womoni abrepa chese oba pa west achem hono wapoye mantem hono mu a sankure ni nkura keka ho ne nyina obi yanim se kuadwuma no woye na wonsase a wadoso a wodidi ho sese na nanom ye wa achem wo mpese wo ya pamopamo wo mo na waje nsase de toma estate developer bi se wo mesi so adan enye japade nti sese wo kwa asase no so mpa na ya yam hihie
kokwa akuafo wa atadeka ya ukwasi gafa edukojo atamakura eni nkura wodo a ekabomu ekiremu a wo nsase bi osu se achemabu akwa traditional council aton e de ama private developer Ochima Land Protection Task Force from pese wo mobekwa asase no so semtwefo nhie mu a wo ye ewo nkrutuo aduonu edimu e na oba ya asantewa editu dwasese won mu asase be 6000 acres e na asaya ni nyina wode ho sobo no beba Ochima Land Protection Task Force na sansase no wode dua no ba ye pia asese ni nyina asaye.
They are dressed in red and black clothes this morning, not because one is bereaved or mourning, but rather the pain disregard of rule and law by forced seizure of our lands through intimidations by the Ochihini Nanaba Akwansre, popularly known as Haruna, for illegally grading and destroying more than 6,000 acres of farmlands, ranging from palm plantations, coconut plantations, pawpaw plantations, and many more. We are prepared to defend ourselves because we cannot be slaves in our own land.
Enwechi Akwansra hino wo chebi apapam ya onukro ya eye second in command ema Ochima Land Protection Task Force anabafo kwabenaba ekiremu a esiabakuru eni nkura wodo a eka ho ni nyina asha Achemabu akwa traditional area se senti sase ne yochim hene de a omanfo a wote so no oni asase bia ochire se mpanimfo etu ho anamo
Ochima insase enye kwa apemfo de a Ochima ne kwa apemfo hye boundary ewo densu omo amuti esua banyina efri eye ekwapem ene nkran Ochima insase enye nkrafo de a enye kwapemfo de a eye Ochima insase apepem na omone eye Isaman Kasee ewo boundary nanso Isaman Kasee ne apepemfo nyina eye adwuma de hye oforu konwa ase it sa ukojina baby say ochenyere na say ya sabe ewura na wa akasa no omra bonte na obetwe na no ewo fom
yenyina sansem yiso na yento ade mbra ye ba de akachire no me de betwaso Oba memo akwa ba fe nsem no de akachire de yento aso de adruso no eye Adom Church Prince owusu asiedu ewa boso kan wone Ghana fo bi twetwe nkomo mampanyina be de ache wa power campaign team wo mababo amanto abo no akoso yie omanfo adwenkyere ene say Prince munso mu ana monto aso
ene ye de aba be pie mu ewo aboso kan bebi ewo yi eye omanfo a wo mo eton spare parts policeman ho ana sesei omanfo a atete ewo menche wo metwa me hu ni na hie ene enkomodidi a ye de ba ne se Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia ede ne committee a wo mo ene eba be hwe ama ne manifesto a wo mo ede be ba montin so no wo mo aye hu adwuma na eye mrahye bedwomdom Kasee no onipa no no ene di wonanim kan eye oseche mensa bonsu ni din aba be piemu asamojan ono nso eye sports youth and sports nana poku ono eba no eye energy hu sensema Dr. Gideon Boakon enso edin ewom omanfo bebre na no omodin ewom ye ne omanfo kasa agye won mo agyenkyere
I say committee now at democracy na yin in the time bia so no me feel say MPP 400% want the changes bam and we said the committee now what now to say changes ba democracy no because say they want to ati first na ntisa no ni committee bia but as a party no democracy no enyin no ntino and won so asesem as say o say chairman say na ko ya say so aba beka sa new on manifesto no on committee no on ate no we free parliament aba bedano then that means democracy no nyi changes bam enti me feel say no anu no ko be kakra na bia na abato campaign bebre no na bia ayete sa America de ya won akwa nimu ya dan so ama Obama tumba be president sa na yeso betumi aduru ba bi no na bia obe campaign kasa bebre no bi ehu won beto aba no eduru so eno an say all head there no feel say eyema no akoto aba enti me dey feel say eno an asa enyin no there changes bam nipa ni bi apia menka no nyina ko no on say na eba no on say changes foforo na eba enti me dey feel say that's a year
from Thomas dodo na from apia ma hwe bi mu but I say changes abamum but changes ne baby so enye and na minim ni say nkrofo a omo eja yankopo ayo madoma papa ne tumi echi so omo no omo tuma kwa grounds yie na na ehia ma Ghana nkasa no omo ye man omo do to omo compile book na omo tumi edishim na yehu sa ampa problem we ene bia ye face na problem we na kwan we na ye fa so a able to ma resolve and answer able solve and especially ngofo bi a meti omudin a aye me de but me pese mo body because obi wo ha go body obi so bagase amo ni ipe bi din enti but amo ipe din ane nje se wonka ho ye ngofo bi o mo hye isu na se a omo go mo ye adwuma se omo mo top no endi e besre wa ya mbo udi no adwuma no ka ho
okay yan hwe obi ti sa samoja omanfo enhye da nim ni se amanyo sem wo ka ho bi na se ni din aba be pie mu ewo eye youth and sports wadwenkyere
say samoja me fa say Ghana a we obu a on pay politics bia by football there na ni je ho enti obi a ono wa ball a Ghana ha aye yi sa na se de na ba be kan wa em say footballer yi so e kan oman na yi no enti ono say so aba eno so betumi ahwe sa side no ma aboa na make say democracy no changes enyi no na changes bam na ye hwe de amanfo ope ko ground na no hu de amanfo ope ni nipa amanfo ono so bam a obetumi aye nti ye football ye no so ya de a amanfo ni je hu a chese Ghana obi a na se ye hwe de SCC bebre
asamoja no meti aye me de oye young
and at the same time no or Fred no so that. But at the same time also a businessman and a good manager.
All right. Yeah, there must say Adom Trotro me na me di mate e wo Trotro me say Trotro no eyema mate no edges to say
away friends so we see do and akwatwetwe nkomo e wo ya boso kan ne free ho no Ghana Police Service na suppose adwumako ne fan ye wo man mu no opanyina wono no odi wo mwanim Dr. George Kufudamparo den sama wodo bi atodwa na nsem ne nyina ye se abato afibu ne ewe efiri sa abre kwa nyina manyoko agodo bonto abato komisa ye nadwuma obi e na fomu de nanso ade ba kwa Ghana fo ya na yesu hu odu sa mpempenso we ye se asumdue no ekuta ye no ye be kwa abato no so be wie ne ye be kwa so ekuta na no na police mpanifo kire se Ghana fo obi ya nyeko sanse bambo ye mu oden na abato afimu wode be Ghana fo Posi adwumaiku e de ato Ghana fo anim se afia bato no bekwa asomdwe mu a bone bia ensi ebra posi mpanifo nananom ahemfo ahafomantemu soafo mensene krache bamboku awodo no yesoma awodo mpanifo ekohia mu a no woje aposifo oha ane aduwotwe enso wafa ntetemu ahafo Kenya se police training atomu na director general technical COP Ernest Owusu echiremu se posi adwumayeku a wonsahene George Kufudamparo edi animu die wodi hyehye pa egu akwamu a wo hye se afi abato no ebekọ asomdwe mu a mentebe nwase bia emma.
We would like to assure members of the public that the police service, with the support of assistant security services, are putting adequate measures in place to provide a secured environment for the general and parliamentary elections to take place without any security breaches. In advance, you should know that you are passing out at a time that Ghana will be organizing general elections at the end of the year. Hence the need to caution you that in order to live up to the public trust and expectation, you must enforce the security laws governing the elections fairly with utmost respect for citizens' human rights.
Enwecha hafomantemu soafo George Boache ene Yesutufi North Mensini Krache Anthony Mensa Eda Kenya se number 1 traditional council no ase se womo ede community fund at Newmont Ghana ahafo ede ma womo esi police training school a enfie pi ni aboa atete aposifo
Dabo dana mahine ene Kenya se traditional council abaso se omatima yuso omda depska ade ayedwumadi atese and assembly so support of the airman so air there so eboa e she aban animonyam
enka ne opanyina na woye Adom Kasee no ba no dani wo mrahye bedwafie e yo seche mensa bonsu wono ade kwata akwa komampanifo se sa di bre no wode ato ho na nsebe nyina betu odwa wa bra enhyiamude sonko ekoso wo Jubilee House Banquet Hall e wankran ha se ne no ene ne Ghana mampanyi se no wo mu bi na mpanifo titiri a wo mu kohia mu ne mu ena na o se eche mensa bonsu de kwata ne kwa twede ntia wode sa di bre no ato ho
Sanshi emui Adom Kasee no abedwafo ene MPP amanyoko ne mpanimfo ena ekobie ne bra ebetu odwase wode Alexander Afenyomaken ena esi osaiche mensa bonsu anan no na enhyeda enkoyie papa nenso wo hye eka ensem a ebetu odwa ewo nhyiamu no emu osaiche mensa bonsu ne dibra wode to honom no eye hia sempa ewo Ghana emrahye bedwa ensem emu na ebema kwan so ama ensakraye wo se NPP amanyoko no mpanimfo eye ewo wo mrahye bedwafo mu no watimi aye NPP amanyoko no twetwefo panyini Justin Frimpong Kodua omanfo hye kwan se don hredio ni na ye di yanim no obetimi ede ensesen hu nsenkaye ababetudwa yeyi ebeboa ama amanyoko no chitafo ehunu de yekọ ewo mrahye bedwafie
ensem kronwa amu no opanyina wano no ye Frank Atuni ma MPP amanyoko no saye Ghana mampanyini abedi eche Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Baumia wapanyi wa pau eye waseche mensa bozukuru ye se wombra na eja omaye dwumadie sonko ema no na wo kiremu a manifesto committee no wapanyi na ne eja omra omekiremu bi na eja hyehyɛ yahudo bi beboa amomaku kire ne nsem obeka ebeto Ghana fo asum no wonye se adwuma no
Osaiche mensa bonsu Adom Kasee ne ba no dani odine dibre eto ho na no wuku ada asese abeto dwase waboni din se onne beye tetere ne eda ampanya bedueche Dr. Alhaji Muhammadu Baumia 2024 manifesto committee no ano sa committee yi wo mo na ebehwe afempinu ne dunsia ne afempinu ne aduonu manifesto amanyoko ne de betu dwa ede sakraye abamu no ne kabiwonfo atena sesebe ye obetimi ahyehye de afempinu ne aduonu nan wode beto omanfo anim Dennis Miracles Abwaje director of communications Emma Mampanyina bedueche campaign team na wode nkrata betu dwa de sansem we eka ho manifesto committee yinso wo mo ene behye se manifesto a mampanya be de chide ba betu dwa no ebeboa adan ensema wodo a ewo man mu adi na wahye kwan ya wo ba obetimi afaso aboa mana yeyie na mampanyina be de chire kro ye ya wosan ye franketuni ena wode ensem atudwa ekyerese Ghana fo nyina wo hye yebo se sa abato ye bekoso yi obese ye firing squad se de ekura sumdue mu abra ye sa abre ye ansa de beto aba no obehwe sa abato breso asumdue beba na abato na chi so asumdue akoso nti obebo no homodin bia eti Ghana fo mo bia ma ne ye mo hyehye no ne nimu de de nyansa de ko obefa so asumdue ekura mu so man abato ni mu ni na chi nyina ye nsa beka no obehwe rwai no pepepe
conference ekoso ewo techiman Bono East Regional Minister Kasee Edujan a oginemu ekasama omampeni abedichire odi tudwa se ehun behia pa se afiwe abato ebekoso no ebekowie asumduem okasa diti a womanfo a womo enenam ekasa se bibiboni ebesi nanso no aban no ede nhihye egu akwam ehwe se bibi abekototen.
He has asked that he Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia respect all the principles of democracy and he will abide by it. Alhaji is committed to the free and fair election. Alhaji is committed to independent judiciary and electoral services and has been working aggressively towards the development of the Zongo. He will work with the organizers to make sure that whatever that needs to be done to develop the Zongo communities, to bring education, to bring jobs, to bring development to the Muslim communities, he asks that you pray for him so that for the first time in this country, we will use the Quran to swear in a president of this country.
Deputy National Secretary, Emma National Chief Imam, Alhaji Baba Dawood, enso editor, amanyofo enim se, womo hwe se, womo nso de niema ebego akwem, sene abato ebekoso no ebeko wi asumduem.
Peace is a word that resonates across cultures, religions, and nations stand as humanity's greatest responsibility. It is imperative that we reflect deeply on the significance of peace, both before, during, and after the 2024 general election. For us as Muslims, peace or salam in Arabic is not merely a word or a concept. It is a fundamental principle deeply embedded in the teaching of Islam. Elections are a fundamental aspect of any democratic nation, allowing citizens to exercise their right to vote and shape the future of their country.
Indeed, we are your election headquarters. Kokroboti Power. Yankwa Manyonsem Emum. Abankwa Chipenyi Yogomwa East, Ewimfi Mantem, Solomon Dakukwam, where the Kokobon Semnia de Shadiato, a assembly members in any say, Assembly Jumano, any MPP, NDCCPP, a QP and BR. Amanyon Semunim, and Chumunan Rankwom, no Afamudi Betmia, Nama Assembly Jumana Yambre, na Pejan and Puntu a mount for our Honomono, one Sabacana, one shed one face one material.
Ensi krache ogomwa East Solomon Dakukwam. Area to assembly members enim say assembly abato no atwam afei na braso se wo munyina ka won hubom eboa ema wabato mpesu ya wodo so etumpon osan edit wo manfo enim se wonyai se wo assembly members won wo kokojiska wo mo no isan se wo muni sika bia wode eboa ankrankre na emum adwen ene wo a wode beboa mampuntu aba won kro no emu Solomon Dakukwam de sansem we to jowabra wo je gomwa is presiding member atum
yezino aya partisan nti abato no mpo no mu na bia party bi bata wachi na so won fe manwi ne ba ya enya bawura ha no yena adwuma ye no yenya no partisan nihan obiara dwuma biara yeriza offer area another behia de ye from iba no ye be from nti da no meka de timamfo no so aya wonya abutarma assembly members no Sunday wo ho ye dedem assembly and ma ho sika bebre dam nti the whole how no ho ekor no nya bibi boawa pocho manfa ho ye wake up.
And which presiding member Wogomwa is Geoffrey Penny Nkum. And so the to abai enim sebeyan kompesi kebima assembly members no. Na wajuma woye no intimi mwa womu.
They supported the payment of allowances in my assembly members. It comes with a lot of responsibilities from the community people. But then, as assemblies, it's a common fund, by year. The assemblies now submit to me a release sika. No, the assembly members here juma. Na assembly na kasasuna omo IGF I say your born IGF no cost through means in terms of the allowances no assemblies need to make increase na etumi ahwe enti no ene be kan ebe stress say ya baff so free and say yenya new assembly abambo no mode no ma ye motos na brantem etumi mfenye ye juma.
The address one on air Premtobre Kasee. Enti Eric Esiedubodi ayekrado. Eric Kwaba.
Mejoso.
Nampombo ko
I have a hwan. Nyame adom. Bibia fine.
So half a day.
I have a hwan.
Stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, no mo ko je yi. Afuma ni so yeah ko je.
I got the mo so clean.
Necessary because you need to keep your environment very clean to avoid diseases. Enti abusia ya da ya ho aba Kasee to aso.
Yasamu akwaba memraso yemen sama koso ewa agudie mo Premtobre Kasee ni kejuara nkasa ni Eric Kasee du buari da mama sha se mfa enche na ro se mama mfa sha se ba nyame si behwe enche na yenu Rafa Dwamena Kasee no ma na kire nsem bebre ba still women vogo yesi no nyame nkoanra yenu Baraman Boba ku ewiem baba se new Black Stars coach man baba so you who so still evim baba ko wiem baba fi wiem bagbran nyame nko a area do e se bo ne ko wiem te baba ekọ baba lande yi afi yi nyane baba nyane ni ya twin so gu baba so ni ya team baba ya de mako fere ni ase ye chese nyame nko o eni so mo hwe baba ye ha o ya e man nko kakra man no me afi o se ne kwa adrogana wachi o man Ghana wachi kakedi o Greece pe Ghana wacha se tona no ya odi ya feri se ne baba sori anopa wachi no wadi hospital o ya fine kanya me nko a minim se Ghana se to anya sporti on so ngina ko twasi o se ya Rafa Dwamena de na ye o ngina ko twagu ho a nya me nko a Ghana se to jutsu now ya kure ni mo na ye hwe ene sem foforo se tie boro ankasa de oni akoma se odi akire se coach penalty last minute penalty bosha me enko eno yi ayi player no se to bo ase me enko bo akwa iso be vigile bo ko mu ku akwa no se enko fo twitwa be to nche me mo bi from mo oso be bo wonche ni no akwa wa wogina wonche ni okojina o be bo de ehiri so se ke gaga yi te na so fe so gaga okobo we asan bo ase no na park so fo na tugu akwa iso me no kase yese ne ho mfa no bro ma bu no Comfort Tabet to a chonchini, they almost see San France no Sanji with Chileno. Oh, not. And here we are, the Babas, Guinness Book of 1, Guinness Book of 1. I'm saying we know the pass here, you're ready. Go for the 100 Mamma back on Guinness Book of 1. Kubeo. Now, I'm a quest. I'm some India or by Yeniho and Nibonino. To yes, our net, Faswa. No, quack anya sem kito se ati ni kube no wudu uti to ho ne uti no nchen no ano maami opa kube we anim hai uti da ho na kube nda nchen na de seka ni be ta kube no uti ho na by mistake na tifa so no wani huku ne tu wani a na ko soro aka che Yankopon sai nyam kupon na me pese me ye Guinness Book of Records and am better nchen na we so da ho kube nda nchen de hama no o peja hama no o de hwoso sai gban ana ga do that tedi nchen be gu ani so ni akyekyere wani sana be unhwe chaman me ncheri me ho kwa una para hwan o paraglide me ko jira ho antwe ko zi kwada me ko jira ho ne asnafo epia kakra bia na o ye nnen ano go tweta hwenim onipa na o de ade ne so boku be so no wakata nani to be da hu ti no de ade masa Guinness I lomo goods for one cramming mon family. We were we are just watching this say obi akatani at the hammer boku be sure the trio. Oh, then what you mo? Ah, mamenya mon fama madam gotai. Man ka the pie back once and yakwa afi no akatawani. Hwe. Hey! I am a poor madam gotai. I not sure about beto aso. Kejo na kasa ni Eric Kasee do boy. Boy.
Mo akwa ba fe nsem no de akache me de to aso amawo ofo ase yi de bi mrahye bedwani yo no kroyai esan yeso afo yo hwe nnwuma ene adansie ho nsam so kodwo opon de adehwede atomansi assembly ahodo no empanifo egina wo mo anamu ne adwumayefo wo ho nyina anim se wosrada obi a mo ne ho mode no anya adwuma ye sebe ya mpuntuo ye woseba mansi ne bi amu no obi ansa beka
Oswafo wo hwedansie no nnwuma so asese aban aboni den owura kodwo opon kroma de atomansi ne ene assembly mpanifo anim se adwuma wo ye no wonye no wonye ne yie oside to anim se abribia won hwe so obeba adwuma se be ya adwuma ho hyehyeye no obedi so odi sansem wetu jowa bra okotwa ahomam no wo hyase asi ultramodern office complex ama chimansa mansi no assembly wo chemofo ase ye nyina owura kodwo opon kroma chiremu a eka assembly no common fund eho
was within year baby project. Yes, so you need the chairman of project supervisor or main office assembly also be actually. And if there are any lapses here, the BDH issues will be to the timelines.
And wachi abai krachi owo achimansa mansi mo po asamwajima edit to just say assembly ni dan ya wo yemu adwuma no oni dan awodo obetimi abo adwuma wo ye ne senti na hu behia se wosi foforo ema wo mo a obetimi aye adwuma wa asomdue mu.
We share your former administrative blog now. And suitable for assembly. Assembly now about modern say how chim to the basic into who remember any conference center any normal be assembly between our city. To be assembly city no you need gadget as a conference no between there. Into where standardized officer and the local minister of local government and common fund administration in no omo see a standard for every assembly into we no ba boy be brave because who are district no a baby a agric directorate no assembly na high education office assembly na high health for since so no baby a omo health in na tin na assembly na chi e the hash pa na assembly no into no we no ba na say yi omo nyina na mom accommodation ho no ma say scan assembly no tua no afi ni nyina no ebe savings between the mpuntudwuma akọ various communities nti project abebo assembly ne pa
ayanko nigidie mu ensemu a na Ghana ha baya baako ene so no fefefe kokoko kama hajia for real asema na make na say mona de edodom na no ada na obi man so kodi nsense mekire say omode fraud ho ntanse bi ayire ne kom na United States emumpanimfo wo mo edensem abetudwa na baya ko ye no wakwese say we plead guilty there say and $2 million romance scam ho asem no wakwa plead guilty wo to US attorney office no or website and wo de abetudwa ya wonom edensem say ato
office website extra Mona Face Montrage adodo na friend Hajia for real akogina mrano anim Hajia tum se odifo ewo America dollar opepemi yenu romance scam case ekoso ewo US mino emu saa subuyi osefata ema ne mfie num ewo fiase US attorney yo Southern District of New York Demia Williams ena de sanchiremu ekoto wo mo abefo ntentan ebiaso enchiremu a wodema ye ene Mona Face Montrage na ne bank account mo no sika wawia efri America fo bi honom ewo mponatwe kwan so ena no wode famu a okwakyere na bochiri asese wogina mra no enim saapo boyi wonom a wonfie kwa animu ewo US mine mu ene kan wo mo Kasee a se mponatwe na ekoso wa be fontentan so nyina no enye no kra eye dada kra Hajia for real sa agitu mu se obetua America dollar opepemi yenu empem oha ene adusia nan ahanso ne aduonum enwotwe 2,164,758 ye sika ne pepepe wo hwe kwan se na asem no district judge Paul A. Crotty ena ebetena mu ebua no kra
Haji afore on ensem yeso na ye gina na Premtobre Kasee ya ye de esomwo no ye de ni nyina esie ye da wase se wo jebre na wo hwe bie na wo de o message ne so ba ye Facebook YouTube Adom TV extra wo Facebook and Adom TV wo YouTube DSTV no channel 280 Go TV channel 119 wo hia me a afre me anoche wa ba ajiwa sewa fire for fire to asunti kwaswa hwe Adom TV makwa